Zoom and Google Meet are both capable video conferencing tools, but which one should you choose? Whilst they're both built to do the same job, they do fit slightly different workflows. So today, I'm going to walk through a quick hands-on comparison to help you figure out which might be best for you. You're going to find out how easy they are to use, how scheduling works, in-meeting controls, integrations, and more, and you can jump between different sections using the chapters in the video description. Let's dive in. Here's what they both look like. We've got Google Meet on the left and Zoom on the right. You can see that Google Meet is designed using Google's very minimalist style. Zoom has a few more options on the home screen here. Both of them show us which meetings we've got scheduled. So Meet, I can see the list just here, and Zoom just on the right-hand side of all these different buttons. Now, in Google Meet, if I wanted to schedule a new meeting, I could click on New Meeting and choose Schedule in Google Calendar. And when I add a meeting to Calendar, it will automatically add a Google Meet link. And in Zoom over here, similarly, we've got this calendar. I can click the plus button here and create a new meeting right from inside Zoom like this. And depending on your setup with your calendar on Outlook or whatever platform you're using, you might find that you're able to create Zoom links automatically as well. At a high level, Google Meet is part of the Google Workspace suite of tools from Google, which means it's the video conferencing element alongside things like Google Docs and Drive and Gmail and Calendar and so on. So if you're already inside that ecosystem, you might find it easiest just to pick up Google Meet and start using it. Zoom was built to be a great video conferencing tool that could work alongside any set of tools that you're using, but has now grown into a kind of productivity suite in its own right as well. And both have lots of features, but if you are doing things like webinars or events, you might find that Zoom allows you a bit more customizability than, say, Google Meet. Let's see how quick it is for each of them to actually join a meeting then. In Google Meet, if I click to join this meeting with Tanya here, it takes me to kind of this green room page where I can check my camera feed, I can change my microphone and sound settings down here, choose my camera, and also decide if I want to maybe touch up my skin, smooth my skin out, or I can choose backgrounds and effects and do things like blur the background like so, or even choose a virtual background behind me as well. I'll turn that off for now and exit that screen. I can just join the meeting, and now I'm straight into the Google Meet like this. On Zoom then, it's similar. I can click the meeting on my schedule here, click the button to start the call like this, and Zoom pops out a really similar screen. This is one thing about Zoom is I do find you can end up with lots of different windows, whereas Google Meet is all in the browser in one place. I could again choose my microphone and my camera like this, and when I'm ready, would start the meeting. And once I've joined the call, Zoom opens up a new window like this with all of my controls at the bottom. And you can see in terms of design, they're pretty similar. All of the share button, all of my audio and video options and everything at the bottom of the screen. The Zoom ones auto hide, whereas the Google Meet ones always stay on screen. I've got things like chat that I can access, and so I can talk to other people in the meeting as well. Cost is obviously an important factor because you might have a budget to keep in mind. Both of these tools, Google Meet and Zoom, are available for free, but they do have limitations on the free plan. For Google Meet, there's more information on their website. For example, a few of the premium features include the ability to record a meeting and to meet for longer than 60 minutes. Free meetings will end at 60 minutes. And there's also a limit in the number of people that you can invite into a meeting. But with a premium account, you could go up to 1,000. In a free account, you can have 100 participants at a time. So still perfect if you want to run, say, a 30 to 60 minute workshop with up to 100 people. Similarly, Zoom has a free plan, though it only allows up to 40 minutes on a free video call, though still with 100 people. And it does include some AI meeting summaries, up to 3 meetings a month, as well as some questions. Whereas AI features in Google Meet usually require a Google One plan or a Google Workspace account if you're a business. So if you just want longer to chat, then Google Meet probably makes more sense with that 60-minute time limit. But if you want a few more features, like being able to use AI and even create clips from the meeting, then Zoom might be better suited for your use case. Let's dive a bit deeper into some of the features that are available in each of these products. Starting with Google Meet then, let's have a look at these buttons at the bottom here. We've got the ability to share our screen, and I can choose from a Chrome tab or a window or an entire screen like this. And I can also share the system audio from my computer too. We've got emoji reactions down here, the ability to turn on closed captions, which will then follow what the speaker is saying as someone's speaking. I can raise hand like this so the speaker can see if someone's waiting to ask a question, and lots more settings in the More Options menu. Earlier on, we saw backgrounds and effects. That's also available during the meeting. So I could add a blur to my video, or I could choose a virtual background. And I can also change my appearance by adding makeup, for example, even adjusting lighting. And some of these features are only available on premium accounts. Also under this More Options menu is the ability to start a recording. And when I start a recording, I can also start a transcript as well. And I could enable Gemini if I have access inside my account to be able to ask questions during the meeting. And that is Google Meet's AI. On the bottom right of the screen here, I've got these 9 dots, which are meeting tools. There's a few things in here like timers, Q&A, polls. Breakout rooms is a big one if you want to run workshops, where I could set up rooms with different people that are in my meeting and send them into smaller breakouts to have a discussion perhaps, and then come back. Now let's switch over to Zoom and see what it has to offer. So at the bottom, similarly, I've got chat. I can react like this with emojis in a similar way. I can share my screen like so. Again, I can choose from screens. In Zoom, I can also choose individual files or even create a whiteboard in the call as well. Or here, I can play video files or clips or even add a second camera, which are all more detailed options that aren't generally something that are simple to do in Google Meet. Again, I've got the option to share sound and optimize that sound as well. And one nice difference in Zoom is that I can display a background behind me and it will cut out my background so that I can be in front of my slides, for example, which isn't possible in Google Meet. If I click on the More button here, I can go to Settings, and then I can choose Video and Effects like this. This is the place in Zoom where I can touch up my appearance, adjust the lighting, and choose virtual background here as well. Or in Zoom, I can even choose an avatar which will replace me, so the face of the avatar will move with my mouth and face movement as I'm in the call as well. There's lots of video filters here and also some studio effects where I can choose new eyebrows if I want to, as well as a moustache and beard and even a lip color. So there are a few more options here than we see in Google Meet, but they're all on a similar kind of vibe. And at the bottom of the screen, I've also got the ability to click on More and choose captions, and then captions would be on and I would see them as people are speaking in the meeting too. Both Google Meet and Zoom offer AI within the meetings, and they can do different things as well. Google Meet has Gemini built in, which is Google's AI that works across Google Workspace. And we can see there's a few different options for summarizing, where Google Meet will take notes based on the transcript of the meeting. And in the notes that you get after the meeting, it will even show screenshots of different slides or screens that might have been presented. You can also use AI inside Google Meet to translate captions in real time, so you don't just have to rely on one language, but it can translate them, say, from English to Spanish. And more recently, they've added the ability to actually translate the voice in real time on a premium account. I could have an English voice automatically translated into a Spanish voice whilst I'm watching the call. We just saw some of the appearance features that make use of AI to improve things like lighting and also to improve your sound with an option called Studio Sound, which will automatically remove background noise. Super helpful if you're joining calls from a co-working space or a cafe or similar. Recently, Zoom updated their AI assistant to be called Zoom Mate, and it has a bunch of different features inside it. It's basically like the whole Gemini app that Google offers, but the meeting part of it is called My Notes, and it allows you to have an AI note taker inside Zoom to capture the meeting, whether you're in person or on mobile. You can see from the page here that it captures and summarizes notes, and it even works across other video call platforms too. Again, Zoom Mate is a paid addition to the product, so it's something that you would need to upgrade beyond the free plan if you wanted to make use of it, apart from the few meeting notes that are included on the free plan that we mentioned earlier. It's likely you don't want to schedule every meeting you have manually. In fact, you probably, if you work with customers, want them to be able to book meetings with you. That's where an integration with something like Jotform comes in, where I could set up a form like this where someone could book an appointment, and I could have Jotform automatically sync with Zoom to create a call. I just go into settings up here. There are a bunch of integrations in Jotform, and one of them, if I search, is Zoom. And click on the Zoom integration here and choose the action. Now, I want it to be that when someone fills out this form, it creates a one-to-one meeting with me and them. So choose Create Meeting. And then all I have to do is authenticate my Zoom account. And then I get these options. So I just match the fields from my form to create the meeting in Zoom. So the start time in Zoom would be the meeting date and time here. And the duration is the same. I can just scroll down here and choose the meeting date and time, choose a time zone if I want to, and also add form fields to the meeting description. So I could put their name and email address, or if I'd ask them for any information on the form, that could be included. And then click Save. And now when everyone submits that form, it will create that meeting for me in Zoom. And if you want to do this with Google Meet, I can do it directly from the booking widget on my form here. I would just click on this widget and then choose the properties over here, and I can connect with Google Calendar. And again, authorize with Google Calendar, and then each time an event is created in Calendar, it will automatically create a Google Meet link with it. Same as before, I just choose the settings that I want, hit save, and now when someone fills out that form, the call will be automatically scheduled for me. I hope that was a helpful quick look at the differences between Google Meet and Zoom. And honestly, whichever tool you choose, it's likely going to be helpful, especially if you're just looking for quick meetings one-to-one or in small groups. And don't forget, if you want to make it easy for people to book time with you and have those calls scheduled automatically, then check out Jotform's ability to integrate with both Google Meet and Zoom. If it was helpful, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.